Hi, good people. It's Sherry. It is Friday. It's late. I wanted to broadcast to you, and I told you I usually do videos on information, free and valuable information, and also as of lately, I am starting to do vlog videos, chronicling my experience being a targeted individual. Okay, being a targeted individual basically means that you get targeted on a broader. It's like bullying slash harassment on a grand scale, and it's organized. Okay, which makes it all the more frightening and all the more intense. And also, a lot of advanced satellite-based technology is used in this type of targeting. Okay, so right now in my situation, I have perpetrators that were given access to direct energy weapons, okay, advanced satellite-based technology, using electromagnetic frequencies that target the brain and the body. Okay, so that's just basically saying that you can have a microwave type of device and beam it at somebody and cause bodily damage. You can also aim it, it can also do other things as well, which we won't get into, but it causes bodily harm. It's a form of assault, and I have strong reason to believe that it's being done to me nightly. Okay? So daily. I go to sleep at night. For some reason, they like to do this at night. So, decided to make a video chronicling it. Yeah. So that's what's going on now. I'm getting ready to lay down to go to sleep because I have to get up to go to work in the morning because I'm still of working age and I have bills to pay. Okay, and I have a job, I have a career, I went to classes to get certified in things. I went to school for it was a 2-year degree, but it took 4 years because I was going part-time. So I have a degree. I have education. I have a life. I have to feed and clothe and house myself. Okay, as we all do. You guys too, right? I know. I know. It's all good. That's what we do, right? We work. God gave us hands and everything, and it brings us satisfaction and joy to work, and we have to, right? So it is what it is. I rather enjoy my job more or less. I find fulfillment in it. So, and I also have to help care for others in my type of work. So when I'm being targeted, and they're targeting me at night when I'm trying to sleep, it affects my sleep cycle. It assaults me for one. It hurts my body. I wake up with joints hurting. Painfully. Like I've actually woke up and had to limp before because of they were targeting my hip or my joints or my. It's really bizarre. Like to the extreme that they'll go to, the extreme lengths. Um, They've aimed it on my head before, and I've woken up with splitting headaches, which kind of scares me because then I wonder what it's doing on a, internal level. When you're beaming a microwave at somebody's brain or any type of frequency, that can cause some extreme permanent damage. Okay, and it's scary. I can't even tell you the last time I remember having a regular sleep cycle and dreaming. You know, honestly. These new weapons they can attack the brain and the consciousness as well as the body. That's what makes it scary and unpredictable. So right now, I'm getting ready to lay down and go to sleep. And because I'm being targeted, they have access and they know when I'm Santa Claus. He knows when you're sleeping. And the reason, we live in a surveillance society. If you guys, my crowd, you guys know this is possible. There's cameras the size of your fingernail that you can put. There's even like little screws you can get, and they actually have cameras inside of the screws. It's a surveillance device. So, and when I know this from being a targeted person, they will go the extra length to surveillance you. Okay, and part of the reason, to get into it a little bit, part of the reason for stalking. Now, a lot of times they will say it's for one thing, revenge, whistleblowing, which that does play a factor as well. But there's also a big money trail in targeting people, okay? Because bullying, and especially when you're on a targeting program, to the extent that they run it, which I'll get into later as you'll see my chronicles, you'll see the story unfold. So definitely keep watch, because the number of targeted people is going to go up with the arrival of 5G. It's going to make targeting people that much easier. Okay, because again, this is satellite-based technology we're dealing with, and it's what is 5G but a big surveillance tool? Of course, does facial recognition, can look through concrete, it can track you to the ends of the earth. Okay, it's not just all about faster. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. You know what? I realize I have to film on a flat surface. Okay, I have it sitting on my lap. But yeah. So what is 5G but a big surveillance tool? Okay, so facial recognition, it can see through concrete, and it can track you to the ends of the earth. So, and that's where things are leaning towards. So on this program, when you're chosen to be a targeted individual, TI, a lot of times, it is for revenge. It can be for revenge, very much. It can be for whistleblowing. Okay, you've told on something you shouldn't have or whatnot. You made the wrong people mad. But at a deeper level, because this is so organized and so much energy goes into this. I mean, I have somebody on me, like, and I live in an apartment. I have somebody, and I can hear them coming in downstairs. Technically, our downstairs is supposed to be empty. It's an office space, supposedly a church, and the church only goes twice a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. Today's Friday. There's nobody living down there, yet and still there will be people down there. Now, this happened other places I lived as well. The neighbors, and I can hear them screwing something in the wall, in the ceiling. Since I live upstairs now, I can hear them screwing it into their ceiling right below me. Okay, when I lived downstairs, I could hear them screwing it into their floor, which was my ceiling. Okay, and they run this machine, and I can hear it. It sounds like an MRI machine. You can feel it like vibrating, like buzzing, like, and it changes the air. The air gets staticky. You'd have to be here with me to experience it. I should record it one time, like with an EMF detector, so you can like see the level of frequency in the air. Electromagnetic frequencies. I told you, it's all about the electricity. Sorry, excuse me. I'm realizing, got my hair sticking out in a funny way, but bear with me, people. I'm just trying to go to sleep. Really, it's Friday night and I got to work all day tomorrow, so I'd like to just go to sleep like a normal person, like I used to, and sleep in peace. But what I was saying was, with this targeting, it's intense, and it's, they have somebody on me every night, almost. So even when I've lived in different places, even when I moved out of state, that's how I was able to test this, to see how far the reach of this targeting went. It went out of state, because I thought, oh, maybe it's friends and family, and nobody, I'll just move out of state and see how, it definitely involves friends and family, because they will involve your friends and family, but the reach is a lot farther. Okay, that's all I'm going to say on that. So yeah, there's a money trail usually in these programs, and I'm going to tell you where. It's because what they're doing, it's twofold. They're getting money by testing advanced satellite-based technology type of equipment on people. Okay? Well, yeah, they can't always just test on animals all the time, right? I mean, you want to know what humans think. So surveillance tools, things like special advanced satellite-based surveillance equipment, things to do like mind reading, like remote neural monitoring, where they can actually implant like nanotech in you and also use certain things, and they can see not only read your thought, identificate your actual thoughts, right? Like you can do with cloning, okay? But they can also see through your visual cortex and hear through your audio cortex. You understand? So you become like a walking, talking camera. You'll be looking for the camera, right? Because you feel like you're being watched at all times. Like, oh my goodness, how could this person know? And I'll tell you this. One time, I was out of state, okay? I had to go to the grocery store. I just needed a few things. Ice cream, pizza, bread, or something else, avocado, just a real simple, quick grocery list. And I said to myself, because I had felt kind of funny, I felt like and I thought, well, this is impossible. But let me test it out, because I know about advanced satellite-based technology, and I had read about this remote neural monitoring. And I thought, well, I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if it's being done on me. It sounded so sci-fi. I'm sure it can be done. I don't doubt the power of science and scientists working on things. Surely not. Okay. I know, I understand. The world is amazing and people are tapping into that at all times. But I thought, well, it's not happening to me. I'm not that important, you know. I haven't been picked for to be tested on this, you know, remote neural monitoring surveillance equipment from the inside out. Able, I mean, it kind of freaks you out. Like, whoa, they can see what I see. They can hear what I hear. You know, you feel like something's inside of you, like the Alien movie. Like, ah, get it out, get it out. I don't want you to, you know, I don't want you to see what I see. I don't want you to hear what I hear. It's only mine. It's for me. So I decided to test it out. And I said, okay, Sherry. That's what I call myself. And I know it was me talking because it sounded like my voice, you know? It was me. Anyways, so I said to myself, Sherry, make a list. Make your grocery list, but make it in your head. And don't say it out loud. Don't, you know, don't think about it too much. Just, you know your 5 things you're going to get and go to the store and get them. Don't even write them down. Because usually, you know, you write down your grocery list. So I did that. And I went to the grocery store. Excuse me, there's a gnat in my room. You can't, there really is a gnat. It's a fruit fly. I eat a lot of fruit, so and I couldn't get that one, but I'll get them. It's not like there's a room. Just one little Lone Ranger one. I'll get them. I'll get them. I'll get them. Anywho, so I go to the store, and I'm living out of state, mind you. Okay, so it's kind of scary, you know, being a single woman and being, you know, in a different state at that time. I thought, okay, well, but you know, we'll see, right? We'll live and work through it. So I'm going to the grocery store, getting my stuff, okay, my food so I can eat, so I can be healthy, so I can live. I made my grocery list in my head. I'm not kidding you. I walk in the grocery store. Okay, now I had already been being targeted, so I knew that was, you know, that was already a thing. You know, once you're in this program, you get targeted. You know, people, there's perps at every interval. Well, how is that? Well, because it's an organized program, so they hire people. I think it's also I'll get into the who later, and I know you have to understand the whole thing, otherwise it can sound kind of crazy, but trust me, it's a real thing. And it's organized stalking, and it's money involved. It's targeting people, putting them on a list. Hey, we need to watch this person. So they watch you everywhere. And I do mean everywhere. Church, school, libraries, grocery stores, laundromats, everywhere. It's a network within the United States, within the world, actually, which is a good thing if you know, when you need it. When you don't need it, when you're just going to grocery stores and libraries and this is happening, you're like, whoa, what the heck, you know? Um, anyways, so I made this list in my head because of the remote neural monitoring. I suspected I might be on it, but I thought, oh, no, this is not possible because I knew it was going to change my life and it was going to break my freaking heart and break my soul. And if I wasn't careful, break my freaking mind, you know, because stuff like this is head trippy. Like, what? I'm a freaking walking, talking camera. There's a camera inside of me. Put it there. Why? Get it out. Of course, they're not going to take it out. I'm not stupid, right? They're not going to admit to putting it in because it's illegal. You know, it's just some high level stuff when you get to this kind of, this is human trafficking with, with technology. This is implanting stuff inside of people, okay? Somebody put it in there. I wasn't born with it. Okay, I digress. So I get to the store, I got my 5 items, and I'm cautious and I'm looking around. I'm trying not to give stuff away, you know, because when you're targeted, you know, the perps they're taught to read you, you know, and follow. You know, they box you in. They do it's called a leapfrog thing. So they want to make you feel psychologically, you know, suffocated. So they box you in. You know, they have a perp on each side of you, like a box behind you, on the side, on your right side, on your left side, in the front of you, so that you constantly feel surveillanced. You sensing a theme here? Control. So I get to the grocery store, and I didn't even know this grocery store. Remember, it's out of state, so it's a brand new grocery store for me. I'd never been there, okay? Didn't know where the aisles were, didn't know where the stuff was, dairy department, you know, I don't know, frozen foods. So I go, and I'm navigating the store. And I'm not kidding you, my 5 items. There was a perp. And you know when they're perps because they let you know. Okay, they condition you with triggers. You have triggers either that they condition you with or that you naturally have. Like, say you hate the color yellow, okay? And your perps, when you become a targeted person, they write a profile on you, okay? Your likes, your dislikes. I mean, they know you better than you know yourself, okay? And why do they do these things? To help you? No, to hurt you, right? How can you hurt somebody's feelings and break them down psychologically? You have to know them first. You have to know, hey, the color yellow bothers her. Guess what you're going to see every day, all day? Guess what's going to be a theme in your targeting? That's right, the color yellow. So I knew that these, you know, I'm assuming, I have every reason to believe, and I know the difference, that, you know, there were perps set out okay, so I go to the aisle for pizza, okay? I see a perp, and I could tell because one of the things that they would do to let me know is they would wear a sports shirt, but it'd be the sports from here where I'm from, Wisconsin, and not from like where I was living, which isn't unusual, right? In an isolated incident, just because somebody's wearing a shirt, like a Brewer shirt in, Tennessee, that doesn't mean that, no. If it's one time, no. And if you're not on a program, then no. It's just coincidence. But when things keep happening, keep happening, keep happening, and it's conditioned. It's in these programs use conditioning. It's a psyops, which means psychological operations. That's a military term. That means that they break down the enemy psychologically as well as, attack them physically. You want to break their spirit. Yeah, I mean, that's how cruel it is, right? With the enemy, I guess you'd want to do that. With somebody, you know. So, anyways, they condition you. So I could tell these were perps, and I'm not kidding you. I'll just leave off on this. Those 5 items, each and every item, I had never said them out loud. I had only thought them in my head. Never wrote it down, never said it. Those people were there by my 5 items. I knew then. I tested it a couple other times too, but after that visit, I was flabbergasted. I'm like, I remember, I think I got home and I cried because I knew, because I had done research too, so I just didn't come to this conclusion, and I read research by some of the scientists and the people who helped develop this technology, people who have worked for places like DARPA, like the CIA, those people know. They've been working on it. They know. And you can Google it, the answers are right there. Okay, this exists. So then you have to logically put all your situation together, and all signs point to this. And one thing I will say is about 15 years ago, I remember being at a party um and waking up, and I had slept really hard, like almost like passed out, like I felt a little um drugged, okay, but like drugged beyond normal, okay, like whoa. um Woke up and just felt funny after that, and I was with a friend, a male friend, and I thought, okay, did anything happen? No, no, no. Oh, you sure? No, everything okay. But I never said anything. And then ever since that day, I'm not kidding you, I had something, a black mark in my right eye underneath. Like, you can't see it for me to show you on camera, but I'll show it one day when it's daytime and everything. I'll show you. It's actual black. It's in the conjunct, that white part in your eye, like when you pull the lid down. It's in there, and it's black, and it looks like a piece of ink or something, and it won't come out. And I wasn't born with it, and it didn't show up. I didn't see it in my eye, and I felt something funny in my eye. And I remember because I tried to get it out. I'm like, oh, maybe it's an eyelash or a piece of, like, eyeliner, a chunk of eyeliner that kind of got lodged in there or something. I wear eyeliner. And no, it was actual, it wouldn't come out. I'm like, holy cow, like, what is that? I actually even made a eye doctor appointment and everything. And I remember going to the eye doctor, and he kind of brushed me off. And I remember he was asking me, how long have you had this? I said, I don't never. I just now noticed it. Oh, really? And just, it seemed really odd. It seemed really, really odd. And knowing what I know after I have done research, there are things like nanotechnology, okay, which some people will deny its existence. Oh, that's not possible. They don't do that. They do this. These are billion-dollar corporations that make money from testing their advanced, what do you call it, AI, okay, artificial intelligence. They're trying to produce transhumanism and push an agenda, and you know what I mean, and test out this technology. So you're darn right they're going to illegally put stuff inside. They've done it before. There's a track record. I have stuff written out. I can give you examples of experiments that have been done on people before. But this is just common knowledge. These are billion-dollar corporations, and they're pushing for AI. Okay, they're in an AI war with, I won't even say the name, some other people. Okay, So why wouldn't they test on the general population? Why not? What's to stop it? They have the $1 billion. They can hide it. They don't got to tell you. Not hurting you per se, but they know if they asked you, you'd say no. Okay, So what do you think is stopping them from doing it? What do you think is stopping them from paying off your doctor to slip a little something in your eye? What's stopping them from going out in the community and finding the leaders of these crime syndicates and paying them and their little foot soldiers to go on missions to implant people? You know, people at parties and stuff, right? You're unconscious to slip a little something like that. They're not hurting, right? That's how they probably tell you, you're not hurting them. It's just a little something, just a little technology. Okay? What's stopping them? The honor system is stopping these people. No, it never has worked before, and it's not now. I digress. So my tale of being a targeted individual is a long one, and I have, well, this story is kind of, we should leave off here, and I'll tell you more, so it'll make more sense. But targeted, I have been targeted, and I am being harassed and surveillanced 24/7, and they are using advanced satellite-based technology to do it. And tonight I would like to go to sleep because I have to wake up early in the morning to go take care of my client. And my sleep will once again be interrupted by people using energy weapon equipment that they somehow have access to. And I know they can buy it off the dark net, or they've gotten it from someone. Maybe I'm assuming one of my perps obviously has connections, you know, so they have access to this. There's that gnat again. It really is a gnat. I'm gonna get you, sucker. It's like I'm gonna get these perps. I'm gonna expose them. I'm gonna try anyways. So yeah, I'd like to go to sleep tonight like a child of God, you know, and get up early and be rested and have my full night sleep cycle like I used to have. Dream in peace. I don't even have that anymore. Just I go to sleep and I don't remember anything and I wake up. Oh, and when I wake up, this is the important thing to point out. Usually when I wake up in the morning, my head is buzzing like it hurts so bad, and I can feel it, and sometimes I can actually feel it vibrating. It feels real electrified. It feels disgusting, like just tingly in a not natural way. And I've never had health problems like that. I've never been a sickly person, which I suppose is part of the reason they pick you, right? They pick healthy guinea pigs so that they can totally experiment. Oh, and there's some heavy traffic outside. Go figure. Okay, but yeah, never had problems before sleeping or anything like that. And now, what'll happen is every morning when I wake up, I will feel a buzzing, a headache, and strangely enough, I usually hear airplanes upon waking and upon sleeping. I don't know what the connection is, but I do know airplanes carry direct energy weapons and have capabilities to do certain things. So, and again, you might say to yourself, well, why would they pick you? Well, why the heck wouldn't they? The guinea pigs, they are going to want the low-level people. They're not going to want to practice on their own. They would rather pick a woman that's poor, right? Then I don't have as much access to fight it, right? I don't have access. Like if I was richer, we might have a family lawyer, right? Would have more credibility, but pick a person that's an easier target. Sure, poor people and they're usually picked for guinea pig stuff. That's how it goes. So no, I'm not that important. I'm not like, oh, I'm so important that these people. No, it's just I got picked for this program. I mean, okay, forget the ego, but I am special. I know that. We all are though. Like I love myself, but not overly. Like I don't want to put. But when you're picked for a program, that is because there are corporations that make billions of dollars and they are testing their technology on the general population. And I believe, I have every reason to believe, I am one of the unlucky ones that got chosen to be experimented on. So hence, I'm being harassed daily, nightly. I probably won't get any sleep tonight, and I'm already operating on very little sleep this week. So this is the nightmare that I'm living in. But I still try my best, and God is still good, and I'm still trying to smile, and I'm still trying to make these videos, and I'm really trying to share this experience. So I want to showcase the strength that you can have while going through things, and I also want to showcase the bizarreness of it. Like literally, I can hear the person die. I would say neighbor, but they're not a neighbor. There's not supposed to be anybody downstairs. That's supposed to be an empty office space. I can hear someone down there right now, and they're gearing up to run this machine on me all night. It's only a few hours because I have to get up for work, but Yep. All right. That's my story. Sticking to it. I'm going to keep giving you these chronicles of a targeted individual, Sherry, and I'm also going to keep giving you informational videos with free and valuable information on different subjects. A lot of it's going to be relating to advanced satellite-based technology, since that seems to be the direction, the heavy direction that our society is moving into. And a lot of these things affect us and affect our very free will, our brain power, our environment, our very way of life. So I'm going to be talking about it, and I invite you to listen. If you want to, hit like and subscribe. You can make comments if you have questions. I don't mind. I welcome them. Got to find out. Got to do your research. That's one way. I've read a lot upon the subject, so feel free to ask. If I don't know the answer, I'll direct you. I'll try to direct you to where you can get the answer, and we can find out together even, maybe. Okay? We can do that. All right, hit like and subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of content. And yeah, enjoy your evening. I will try my best and talk to you soon. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Bye.